I grew up loving football. It was a huge part of my life. But in the early 2000s, I was reading the news and I was scared of CTE. I shut football off. I didn't watch it. I didn't want it on TV. I didn't want my young son exposed to it because the last thing in the world I wanted was for him to play football. All that changed one day when he was at a friend's house and played a video game of football. He came home excited and he busted into the door and he says, "Dad, have you ever heard of this thing called football?" And it was some great discovery for him. My heart sank into my stomach. I didn't know what I was going to do. He was a young boy. I thought it would be a fad. It would burn out in a couple of weeks. So I thought throwing the football around would be a harmless activity. It became an obsession for him. He started to say things like, "Dad, football players do their homework. Football players work hard. I had to go to the store and buy lights, and I strung them up in trees around my house in the backyard so we could throw the football at 5 o'clock in the morning. He'd get up and knock on my door to go play football. We played football before bed." It took over his life. At that point in time, I thought the best thing I needed to do was get information. I hadn't read the scientific papers. It wasn't an area that I was interested in. And when I sat down and I read them, I was surprised at what I saw and the disconnect between what was in the science and what I was reading in the media. I took another step. I got involved in youth sports. I took the certification courses for flag and tackle. I started coaching. Now, not only am I a dad of a football player, I'm a football coach. That led me to Merrill, and when I met Merrill, I was impressed with a number of things. His passion for the truth, his passion for kids, and his life experiences. And together, we formed this alliance to get behind the headlines and give parents information that can empower them to make the right decision for their families.